Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be doing a January favorites for 2018. I wanted to do a very relaxed, comfy, chic favorites because I'm home, it's cloudy, it's gonna rain and it's gonna snow, and I have been wanting to do this probably all of January. I wanted people to know what I've been using. This is one of my favorite videos to watch, and so if you're interested in knowing about skincare, makeup, and some music, then stay tuned. I've had this in my hand. It is from Dr. Brandt. It is the Luminzer primer. I have been loving this stuff. It is the instructions say you can use this on its own. I haven't done that because I'm not really like a Luminizer person in terms of like using, I just like to use skincare. I received that through my BoxyCharm, which BoxyCharm has been doing amazing recently with sending items that I personally probably wouldn't have gone to Sephora and be like, oh, I want to try. Dr. Brandt was never on my radar for some reason. I don't really hear people talking about it. The reviews were kind of iffy, overpowering in the sense of like, you put something luminizing, you feel like you just have glitter spectacles everywhere. It is, I believe that there's something inside of here that is meant for actual skin care. And so when I put this on, I just feel like I'm putting like a highlight, but I'm also putting something that is going to like actually be absorbed in my skin, that no matter which corner I turn, you're gonna see luminosity. And for that, I have been wearing this every way. Well, after the 2nd week of January when they sent me my BoxyCharm, I've pretty much been wearing this every single time that I have an opportunity to wear makeup. Another BoxyCharm thing that I got was from Tarteist. Tarteist? Oh, it's Tarteist, not Tarteist. Okay. I really like this mascara. Mascara is not something I'm ever going to spend more than 10 bucks on it. And luckily with all the subscriptions boxes that I've had over the years, I haven't had to buy mascara for probably well over 4 years. So when I get mascara, I'm very judgmental. I'm like, who's sending mascara? Who's trying to change the game? And none of them blow me out the water except this one. So I want to get a little bit close so you guys can see. Those little brushes or those little bristles are perfect for my baby ass lashes. You see how I have to lift that so you can see? They're so tiny. They're so tiny. And I find that I can literally get from the bottom, from the root all the way to the top, and I can go back there and sort of push I think what's great about this is every single lash gets touched with this mascara. I like that it's a long wand, and I like that the actual bristles are tiny enough to really get those small eyelashes, because as you can see, I don't really have too much. They're there, but they elongate them. I don't think they make them plumpy. I'm not a plumpy person because I don't like spidery lashes. I just like to have length when it comes to mascara, and this pretty much does the job, and I'm very thankful that BoxyCharm has sent this to me. My only beefington with this, is I feel like too much product comes out of there, and then I have to like get in there, and I think in probably like a couple weeks it's gonna just get gunky and I have to get rid of it. But if you do know about mascara gets better as it starts to dry out, and just right before it starts to dry out, not when it's like super dry. And this pretty much gets the job done. I use this probably every day, and it is definitely worth the dollar. Sad to say that this is empty, but ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the color Deep Golden number 60 took me by storm. It took me by storm because I can conceal with this, and if I'm feeling froggy, I can actually use this as a foundation. I would not be surprised if ColourPop releases foundation within the next year or so. They have been doing amazing things. I'm not crazy about eyeshadow, as you do know. You're not really gonna come to the channel to see me apply eyeshadow. You're gonna see me do my makeup in that sense and talk about makeup, because I love talking about makeup and I just like talking. But I'm a foundation freak and I'm a concealer freak. I love a complete look. I like for foundations to look like skin, and I get that with this concealer. So I think that it's awesome that this is $6. I think it's awesome that they made multiple colors for the fairest to fairest to the deepest. I think they did a great job with this. I'm sad that it's empty. It will get repurchased. There's like a little bit left, but it's time to say goodbye. I did really like deep golden, but I think I'm going to get golden so that I can really get light in here and sort of like uplift so that I can uplift the cheek and see what other fun things I can do. This is $6 on their website. Do I feel like this goes quickly? Probably. But for $6, are you really gonna be mad? Probably not. So this is definitely worth the buy. So recently I was going through my kit, cleaning stuff out, things that didn't belong, throwing things away, and I found this mineral veil. So I was doing my makeup with no intentions of going anywhere, but I was going through my makeup kit and like cleaning stuff, and I was like, why didn't I use this tinted mineral veil? This is a freaking gem. It's a little bit left. Okay, so it's tinted, right? As you can tell, I have yellow undertones, yellow golden undertones. I prefer more yellow because it's mostly here. It's mostly here. So I think the yellow overpowers the golden redness, and so I try to find foundations and concealers that appeal to my yellowness. But there are times where I have to add more color or a deeper color around, you know, the perimeters of my skin, of my face, right? So when I use this, I can sort of get into those yellow areas without having to use like a banana color. And one day I was like, you know, I really don't want to use my topaz from Ben Nye. I want to use something different. And when I rediscovered this, it changed the game. The way that this sets on my face is, I don't think this is even made with talc, and I think, actually I should double check. So Mineral Veil has, so it has many names. Mineral Veil Finishing Powder, Setting Powder, Finishing Veil are a few. It's a sheer powder that can be used on its own to give a natural, soft, diffused look, or it can be used as a primer to give extra adhesion to your foundation. Wow, I actually didn't think about this. So Mineral Veil doesn't have talc. It does have mica, it has titanium dioxide, but it has cornstarch. And I think that the cornstarch is finely milled, and I'll be honest, I'm not necessarily at the point where I want to go completely vegan in the sense of my makeup. I know there are obviously a lot of ingredients in makeup that we should probably lay off of. This mineral veil, I feel like, is probably one of the best finishing powders I've used. I like the way that it sits on my, that it doesn't sit on my skin, but I love the way that it you know how when you use a setting spray, the intention is to mesh all of the powders, and so that they just melt into each other. I find that if I didn't set my face with a setting spray and I just use this powder, that melting effect will happen with this powder, and that's the reason why I loved it and I use it the most in January. Brow Gal brow pencil from Tanya. I keep calling it Tanya Crunks. This was a BoxyCharm thing too. This is very simple. You don't really need much detail. I used this yesterday and it looks like I didn't use it. And to be honest, I didn't even clean it. But it looks clean, and I like that I could just take a swipe. I literally used this yesterday and there's nothing on it. I mean, there's like a little line obviously, but I like that I don't have to like, I like cleaning my brushes, but it's nice that this doesn't, it picks up product and it really gets into my brows. And I think that it's the perfect brow tool. It's 2018. I don't want to use any tool that doesn't have a spoolie and a thin angled brush. I love Mario Badescu. This spray, oh, let's get into it. Hold on. Oh, I use this every fucking day. And look how much is left. This is 8 fluid ounces. It's retails for 12 bucks at Ulta. I know you can get it on his website too. This is so bomb.com because it's got lavender. His other sprays have aloe and chamomile in it. which are calming agents for your skin. But you know, the directions say that, you know, you can mist on your face and neck, and that you can add, it adds hydration before you apply your moisturizer, which I already do. But it also says or after makeup application for a dewy finish. So I've never ever used this for after my foundation or in my setting powders, because I just like, I don't really want to use that. And for a long time I wasn't doing it, and one day I was doing my makeup and it was like, it was bomb, but it was super cakey, and I was like, I really don't want to use Fix Plus. I really don't want to use my Cover FX illuminating spray. I was like, what am I gonna do? But I had been looking cakey and I needed to go out, and sometimes I would take a sponge and I'll go. So I used that, right? I went to hang out with my friend, and I was hanging out with them till like, I did my makeup probably like 12. We were hanging out till like probably midnight, maybe even later that night, and around 11 or something she said to me, do you have makeup on? And I was like, of course. And I knew I had caked it on. Then she's like, I don't believe you, like it doesn't even look like it. I was like, what do you mean? And I'm like taking out the mirror, adjusting myself, like, did I put too much? Like, did it wear off? Because sometimes that happens when you have makeup on all day. And she's like, you need to go back and figure out what you did. And so when I went home, I was like, what did I use? And I found that the combination was this luminizer primer, and it was this. And so I can cake and just add powders and powders, and when I want it to melt, you know, I'm gonna use this, you know, I'm gonna use this, and then I set it with this, and this changed the game. This spray makes me feel like I'm at the spa. It's very relaxing. It's got a lot of flower extracts. It's got a lot of flower extracts in it. It's got lavender. It's just a very calming. It's got natural ingredients. I love that it has aloe. I use lots of aloe on my skin as is, and so I find that like maybe 4 sprays I get it and go, and it just does. This Azelaic Acid Suspension 10% lightened all these scars. I promise you, the only thing that I have done different in the last couple of weeks is use this. This retails for about $6 or $7. It is meant to be used either in the AM or the PM to improve visible brightness and appearance of skin texture. I have always had little bumps here. I've had little bumps here, and they're completely flat. I have changed my skincare, especially this winter. It's only 1 fluid ounces, but you can't go wrong when a good product with quality ingredients is sold to you at $6 or $7. It's worth giving a try, and I'm glad that I did. The almond and vanilla natural almond oil olive oil body cream. I got this from Bath and Body Works. I'm not really I'm not crazy about super fruity scents. I'm very particular about scents just in general. It smells good. And these are one of these lotions that if I just didn't want to leave the house with perfume on, I could just get away with this. I'm not like a everyday perfuming person because it's a little overbearing for me, and I sneeze pretty much everything. So lotions like this that don't have overbearing smells usually do amazing with me. This is 8 ounces. I got this for like $3. Whenever they have a semi-annual sale, if you fall in love with something and there's more than one and you know you can get it for like $3, it's worth buying. It's not even worth discussing. Just buy it. Huncho. God's plan. God's plan. I wanna ride on it. Can I vibe on it? Can I vibe on it? Get live. and that is my January favorites for 2018. I apologize for being late, but I will be back next month with some gems. I hope you guys like this video. If you do, go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button, and I will see you guys next month for my February favorites.